Salut à tous et à toutes, j'espère que vous allez bien, comme ça nickel. C'est aujourd'hui sur Avowed et on reprend là où on s'est arrêté la dernière fois. Bon, je pense qu'on est sûrement vers la dernière ligne droite.
So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him?
Sluice gates ahead. Let's find Kostya fast. Lava's high. We gotta hurry.
Face au final.
Good, you're here. Help me destroy this winch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it.
J'ai tué l'Odwin. Vos machinations sont de l'histoire ancienne.
I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves.
C'est vous qui avez révélé au garrot d'acier comment atteindre le jardin.
Me, specifically? No. I only provided them access to material from the living archives. The books and records that the novice brought to them were what revealed the secret. By the way, is that novice still alive?
Elle est en prison.
I see. And what of the steel garrote? Should I assume they're all dead as well?
C'est vous qui avez orchestré le vol dans les archives vivantes, n'est-ce pas?
Guilty as charged. I was the one guiding it all. Mihala's sin is that despite her preoccupation with traditions and oaths, she has no curiosity. I had all the time to figure out what books I needed to acquire for the steel garrote. Then I had Don, our young novice, steal them from the archives for the steel garrote. I assume you didn't let the steel garrote or the Inquisitor survive their search.
Le garrot d'acier a succombé au mal rêve. J'ai dû me défendre.
And so you brought it back here? Among the wardens?
Il a déjà atteint les défenses, voire le donjon lui-même.
It was not present in the tusks until your people arrived. Oh, perhaps this is right. Another reason to destroy this place and go. This is how it should be. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here, doomed by an oath to a dead man.
No one should be bound to a pile of stones. Certainly not because of a centuries-old oath.
Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath.
Nandrou a menti à propos du serment. Le jardin est la prison secrète d'un dieu. Vous n'en êtes que les gardiens.
Then my conviction only grows stronger on me. Nandru never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you.
Je ne peux pas vous laisser faire ça.
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Envoy, I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this. Here we go!
Patience, dearie!
Ah, je suis dégoûté qu'il n'y a pas pu de là. Ah bah c'est pas la lave en fait. Voilà.
Nothing like a win with a good team. That's that.
Did the keep look as confining before?
Ah si, en fait, c'est vraiment tombé dans la lave. Ça. Ah, je crois que c'est quoi, mais en fait... Ah ouais, là, ça me dit qu'il y a son truc, mais il n'y a rien. Ouais, je sais pas. C'est bugué. Et j'ai même pas assez de crochets. Bon, pas grave. Allez. Bon, en tout cas, eux, on les a butés.
The keep is beautiful. Like a gilded cage.
Rentre, je crois que j'ai pas entendu. Ah ouais, voilà. Allez, dehors.
Closer. We have waited so long.
Une fois que vous aurez pénétré dans le jardin, vous ne pourrez plus revenir. Souhaitez-vous continuer? Bah allez, on continue. On est à la dernière phase.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Sur ça... Voilà, moi je mets plutôt ça. Au moins la consolation est toujours là. Ainsi, ceux qui veulent partir peuvent le faire et ceux qui veulent rester ont encore le choix. C'est exactement ça.
The Pargrunen have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now.
Je continue de penser que d'épargner la consolation était le bon choix.
You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
And that's not all. Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention...
Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? Voilà.
After we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
La politique fait couler autant de sang que n'importe quel champ de bataille.
At least on the battlefield, you can count on getting stabbed in the front.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
C'est vrai, nous serons les premiers à entrer dans le jardin depuis des lustres.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sauvetage has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
Génial, merci Yazli.
Anytime, darling.
Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sauvetage, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan?
C'est ce qui est prévu, jusqu'à ce que je change d'avis.
You're as unpredictable as ever. Not that I disapprove. Sauvetage is responsible for the spiritual health of the living lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in.
Mon devoir a toujours été d'exécuter les ordres, pas de les décider.
It's easier that way. For a while.
Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Quelqu'un a-t-il envie de faire demi-tour? Ceci risque d'être long.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
Très bien. Alors nous sommes dans le même bateau.
Fair weather or foul.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
Du coup... Ah, ce qui me manque, c'est l'argent.
Yonatan.
I beg your pardon?
Huh? You sneezed.
Allez. Bon, comme d'hab, je garde cette équipe. Je l'aime bien cette équipe, donc je compte pas la changer. Parce que Mario, je suis beaucoup moins fan de ces trucs.
Looks like we'll have to find another way through. Or not.
Stand back.
Par contre, les trucs, du coup, bah, les trucs d'amélioration, on les a vraiment à la fin ici. c'est sûr que ce corps doit être là depuis très très longtemps. Pas ça, mais je crois qu'il y a un problème de couleur. Vieille ours noir omnilote. Ah, mais c'est peut-être parce que je le gèle, je pense. C'est pour ça qu'il était blanc. Et là, sinon, il y a un souci.
Here it comes.
C'est quand même bizarre, ça me donne beaucoup de ressources. Hein. Dans un jeu, quand on est sur la fin, ça donne énormément de ressources, c'est jamais bon. Nous avons commis un massacre sacré des enquistés. Nous avons étouffé les jeunes avec nos mains. Des vieux, des plus vieux, nous avons fait du feu. Nous les avons réduits en combustible pour endiguer la croissance des enquistés. Nous avons enlevé les mains de certains, les pieds d'autres, les traits d'autres encore, et nous les avons assemblés en tas qui a attiré la faune enquistée afin qu'elle s'en nourrisse. Dans ces tas, nous avons mis du poison dans leurs têtes coupées. Nous avons fait des pyramides, 10 têtes par côté, et le nombre de têtes dans chaque pyramide était de 385. Ces pyramides étaient au nombre de 7707. Ah ouais, quand même. Nous avons épargné ceux qui pouvaient courir avec vigueur afin qu'ils nous conduisent à d'autres demeures des enquistés. Nous avons fait savoir que les miséricordes pouvaient être achetés avec un tribut, afin que les enquistés rassemblent leur bétail, leur vin et leurs richesses pour nous les présenter. Les 10 premiers de ces tribus, nous les avons acceptés et nous avons fait miséricorde. Mais dès le 11e tribut, nous avons tué tous ceux qui étaient rassemblés. Nous les avons poussés à se rassembler pour les recenser et les tuer. C'est ainsi que nous nous approchons de Dieu par la prière. Oh, le bordel est malade.
I think this is the only way down. After you. Cannonball!
Ouais, je peux pas. Ok, je pense savoir ce que je vais faire.
Walk like it's hard.
Armure. Maraudeur. Pas moyen. C'est pas grave.
Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still.
Il fallait que je me repose. Cet endroit m'épuise d'une façon indescriptible.
Your soul is small. The essence weighs like the sea on your chest. We feel the pressure. Darkness, yet somehow strengthened resolve. We wonder.
Savez-vous à quoi moi j'ai réfléchi?
Deer leaps at its reflection in the lake.
Ça vous surprend?
You have defied our expectations at every turn. Perhaps we should not have been.
Que feriez-vous si vous n'étiez pas emprisonné?
The sky is green. The fish breathes air. We can no longer imagine.
Prenez votre temps.
We would run, roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth. Whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands.
Qu'en est-il des personnes qui vivent sur ces collines?
Disturb the dirt, but spare the blooms. Shake the roots slowly. Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be.
Qu'avez-vous dit?
We spoke of flowers.
Non, vous venez de dire quelque chose.
We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.
I see the disciple has found his way into the cell.
No. Clarion Steel. We know this voice. Why is she here?
Vous, dans le jardin?
I'm everywhere. My tools have mouths to speak.
Out. Her voice pierces our skin.
Look at this place. A quagmire of your parasite's worst instincts. Can you even begin to grasp the forces that you tamper with?
Tout ce que je sais, c'est que Sapadal a besoin d'aide.
Hell? It has forged the iron of its own restraints. Do you think you're special with your god's thorn in your side? Do you believe you can hold dominion over chaos itself? When even the collective fury of the real gods could only confine the sniveling creature to this wasteland.
Je le savais.
You suspected. Then you must have understood why.
It is true. She twists the knife. The seas run red with memory.
In time, the gods felt the wretched powers seeping through this land. Its madness would consume us all if it was not contained.
Vous ne pouviez pas atteindre les terres vivantes, alors vos myflog ont fait le sale travail pour vous.
Work that sullies one hand meets out justice with the next. A pity that its followers could not be reasoned with.
Vous avez ordonné aux Malflog de les tuer aussi.
Of course I did. The poor godless, worshipping the very thing that subsumed. We could not excise the rot and spare the roots that nourished it.
Une commandante intègre n'accepterait jamais les victimes civiles.
You know the trials of battle. You cannot pass judgment on me.
Rien d'étonnant à ce que votre garrot d'acier essaye de raser tout ce qu'il vaut.
They bring raw from ashes. Your tyrant destroys for its own sake.
We moved the earth and sky to stop her. We did not mean this.
Listen to its tantrum. It knows neither order nor sense. Adir is the only thing holding back the tide of entropy.
C'est à cause d'Aïdir que Savadal réagit violemment. Vous me comprenez donc pas?
Then they will keep applying the rod until it understands. But there is still time. You can succeed where Ludwig failed. Face your false god and end its reign of terror permanently.
Sortez du jardin immédiatement. Je ne travaillerai jamais avec vous.
Very well. I cannot force a child to bend to my will. But I will not stand by and watch you undo my work. You should have thought more carefully before you broke your oath to the Empire. Let this be a lesson to you.
Never understood Wodika's appeal. Still don't.
I never thought I'd learn of the godless's fate from their kill.
J'ai pas aimé ce bruit.
This one's mine.
Voilà. Voilà. Il n'y a que le sarcophage. Bon ouais, je vais vous laisser lire. Le jeu. Alors, un truc que j'ai raté. Allez, gars. Ouais, je pense qu'il y a un truc, mais il n'y a rien. Ah. Mais ouais, mais ça mène. Mais pourquoi ça veut pas? Il n'y a aucune raison. Ça s'est grappé, il veut pas. Voilà. Rentre, il est comme ça. Ça reste au terre. Je pense que ce champ c'est censé plutôt. Oh, y'a rien. Je vois pas. Mais...
I liked them better when they were dead. Take your best shot! Remind me not to make you mad.
C'est pas évident. Ah, je l'ai même pas vu la base.
What is that? I know that place, right? Oh no. No. Why is this? Gods. I can't. What's happening here?
This is the moment I found you, bundled and crying, while our parents died.
Viate. You're not here. You can't be here.
I am dead, Viate, from the Dream Scourge. We are in the garden. As strange as this seems, it is normal here.
Prenez votre temps, Marius, c'est probablement important.
Please, Viate. This is where you need to be right now.
I remember this. Dukte Dragu, if you think... No, I don't want this.
Il y a quelque chose d'inachevé ici, quelque chose d'autre que vous devez comprendre.
Then for the God's sake, what is it? I am exhausted, Viate. I can't take much more of this.
You know where we are. This is my memory. when everyone died and I found you back in your tent. How much of this do you remember? I can't tell from your eyes.
Oh, not much. I only remember fear and sadness. And you as a kid picking me up and taking me to solace.
Ah voilà qui explique bien les choses.
More than you think. Sapadal wants to understand. They know your envoy very well, but not the people next to them.
I can't do this, Iancu. I forgot this for a reason.
And that's why you're here, Nimdut. You can't face a god with piles of Saka in your soul. Even when we were children, you kept me alive, first by needing my protection, and then by being who you turned out to be. When you left Solace, it was like I lost more than my best friend. I lost my need to live.
You kept everything a secret from me. All that time. A best friend doesn't do that.
Marius méritait que vous lui parliez de son passé.
I thought I was protecting you. We all were. Why expose a child to such a traumatic event?
You handled it just fine.
Did I? Look at me. Name a single day when those memories didn't hold me back. I was afraid every day. I needed you to ground me.
I never realized what you were dealing with. Gods, I'm sorry, Viate. So, what do we do now?
C'est entre vous et votre ami, Marius.
They're right, Viate. This lava flows directly between us.
I don't know. I can't. It's too much. Not this and everything else too. It's too blessed much.
I understand that, Viate. I really do.
Vous en sortirez, Marius. C'est à mon tour de vous aider à survivre.
I'm glad to hear it. Marius is worth the effort, I promise you.
Don't listen to him, Envoy. If he knew anything at all, he wouldn't be dead.
Get out of here. Hike up your waistline and go talk to a god. They'll be waiting.
Repose en paix, Lionzo.
Well, it was good to see you.
Take care of my little friend.
Comme d'hab. La vie là, c'est pas énorme.
Marius, dear, how are you feeling?
I'm alright. Good to see an old friend.
And saying goodbye, that's the hard part.
You can talk to us, Marius. Marius, anything talking will help.
Obviously, it wasn't my favorite thing.
grief is you lose and you carry around a little hole inside yourself too. Needs healing.
Next one's mine.
Just a minute.
They won't get
Can't do that.
N'empêche, quand ils étaient en pleine puissance, à l'époque où ils ont fait le carnage, ça devait être de sacrés ennemis. Là, il est bien précisé, amoché.
Isn't that Thomas' cave?
Are you seeing this too? No. This room. It's just like Thomas.
Le cœur caché à soif, ma source dans le désert, a toujours été toi.
Tama. No. No. I dealt with this. We stood at his memorial together. What is this, Envoy? This is your God's prison, not mine.
Wadika a créé cet endroit pour piéger l'âme d'un dieu. Peut-être que votre âme réagit à ce piège.
Before we visited his memorial, yes. But I thought I'd broken free. I can't focus on his face. His features keep blurring, changing.
Que voulez-vous dire?
I'm not sure. I know it's him, but I don't recognize him as the Tama I knew. It's like he keeps changing in front of me. Does that make sense?
Ça me rappelle une ruse de combat qui vise à tromper un ennemi. Concentrez-vous sur ce que vous savez, pas sur ce que vous voyez.
That's the problem. I can't picture him anymore. I used to remember his face so clearly from that night. His rigid jaw, the way his eyes crinkled at the corners. He was in pain, but trying to hide it.
Alors que vous voyez-vous quand vous regardez cet amant?
I see everything. All his moments at once. Joy, sadness, anger, heartbreak, stomachache. Everything from the handful of years that I knew him and the decades before we'd met. He's almost a stranger.
Je suis désolé.
I'm not. All this time I kept him frozen in his worst moment. When he was suffering and when I failed him. Now that I see him as more, it's like he's free of that.
Tout comme vous.
You're right. I am. It's like you said. His memory is no longer a burden. For the longest, I was afraid to let go of this moment, like I'd be letting him go if I did. And now I see I was just holding on to something that was weighing us both down.
Je suis content.
Me too. I never thought I'd meet someone I respect the way I respected Tama. But you've made some tough calls, and you've kept your head and your heart in the right place. So whatever comes next, I'm with you until the end. Now let's go find this god of yours and end the dream scourge. When we reach them, what do you think we'll find? A victim? A villain?
Il n'y a qu'une seule façon de le savoir.
True enough. Let's end this. I'll follow your lead, as always.
Coming in hot.
Need a moment here.
Voilà. Hein? Il va falloir m'expliquer là. Il s'est TP sur moi, j'ai rien pu faire. C'est même pas ça, saute quoi, ça s'est TP sur moi. Vraiment n'importe quoi. J'aurais vu des conneries, mais celle-là est magique.
What, like it's hard?
J'essaie d'avoir un. La question c'est où sont les autres. Et le 2. Et ça veut dire que le troisième est là-bas.
Aye aye. Here we go.
On peut les aller tout de suite.
Looking so good. One for you.
Alors, ça me rend.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad? What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing.
C'est l'histoire du laboratoire de votre famille qui se répète.
But worse. So much worse. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go?
Sapadal voulait que vous tombiez dessus. La seule question est de savoir pourquoi.
They have a sick sense of humor. Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward.
Godlike of Sauvetage, long have we awaited you.
Finally, you've come home.
It's not just me, right? The plants are talking.
Oh my gods. They're alive.
Parlez-leur, dit Atta.
How? Where would I even begin?
Giada Castel, welcome.
Wait, you know me? How do you know me?
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother? You heard her?
She reached out to us, using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used it.
We heard, and Sauvetage answered, saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
But when Sauvetage speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
Vous dites que Sabadal était responsable de l'accident du laboratoire?
No, this can't be. What exactly happened to my parents? Tell me, please. I need to know.
Sapodal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them into a more suitable shape.
Sauvetage does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped them move on, as they wanted.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sauvetage destroyed my family.
Vous pensez qu'ils disent la vérité?
I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good animancer embraces death. And they were the best.
Je suis vraiment désolé, Diata. Je n'avais aucune idée de tout cela.
I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sauvetage responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat. That isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being.
Nous devons y aller.
Indulge me a moment. I've been waiting a long time for this. One final question, spirits. What is this? Why are you trying to ruin my life again? Is this your way of haunting me? What is it you want?
Not to be pedantic, but that was 4 questions.
We want to apologize on Sauvedage's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the garden for answers, not to offer forgiveness.
Vous avez vos réponses à présent. Il est peut-être temps de passer à autre chose.
Easier said than done. Damn it. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Sauvetage has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. Screaming into the void for anyone who will listen. When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted. How can I hold that against you? Apology accepted.
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for bringing her all this way.
The time has come for you to find your patron, as you were meant to.
Allons-y.
May the living lands receive you with open arms. Farewell.
Goodbye. We need to talk about this, but not here.
Give her space, Eerie. Giada will speak more when she's ready.
Bon, je suis retourné en arrière. On essaie de trouver le dernier truc électrique. Bon, du coup, je l'ai trouvé en fait. Vous voyez le deuxième qui était en face. Et ben, en fait, le truc électrique était sur la droite. Et du coup, dedans, on a eu le droit à ça. Guide, une nouvelle arme. Et du coup, en remontant, je suis tombé sur ce petit chemin là.
What is happening? As the affliction fester even here, it threatens our heart. We cannot fight this invasion alone.
Doucement, j'ai fait tout ce chemin. Je ne vais pas vous abandonner maintenant.
Hurry, your presence relieves us.
un peu ça.
From the rear.
Ah, c'est pas normal. Il doit avoir un je pense. Ouais, qui fait des incantations, je vois que ça.
Next one's mine. You're right.
Who's ready for more?
We have been here. We were here all the yesterdays before.
Je comprends pourquoi personne n'a jamais pénétré dans le jardin. C'est une citadelle naturelle.
Shale rises to smother us. Keep them out. Keep us in. We feel no spark of the Tibaris Inachus in this place. We cannot see it through their eyes. We slumber here, alone.
On dit que la solitude peut nous donner le temps de l'introspection.
Still weighs the clear glass of the pond. They took it all away.
Pourquoi ne dites-vous pas ce qui s'est vraiment passé?
A tide of souls thrown upon the wheel. The ground gives way. We fall. Now our memory is a wound reopened. They came suddenly. The stillness of night split by grinding steel.
Sont-ils venus de la mer?
We had no time to speculate. First, they blinded us. Shining eyes pierced the concealing dark. Then they burned. Smoke ensnared the moonlight. The Akita screamed.
Cette destruction était-elle purement gratuite?
No. We saw a terrible design in the roaring flames. They had carved a path to the temple. We were their true prey.
C'est stupide de la part de Watika de penser qu'elle vous contiendrait si facilement.
Douse the candle, only for the sun to rise again. We persisted, we were everywhere. How could they cull the wind? How could they trap the stars? Then they turned to what the Akita had made. They toppled the statues. They set the libraries ablaze.
Brûler les livres, détruire l'art, ça commence toujours ainsi.
A mouth silenced, a record of time rendered in ruins. The Akita howled. They died. We cried out, sundered, soul by soul. We broke the earth, called down the storm, flung lightning from our hands. But they marched on. We grew tired. In fury, we exposed ourselves.
Les malfolk vous ont usé petit à petit.
Weakened, they advanced on us, they struck. They raised machines, we tried to tear down the garden's walls. Then, nothing.
Le temps s'arrêtait, n'est-ce pas? C'est aussi ce qui est arrivé à ma mort.
Not death. Worse. A void. We reached out, but the machines held us in. We could not feel the new day's sun. It lay in the shifting tide. The cities crumbled. We could not save them. We could not save ourselves.
Je ne peux pas imaginer la douleur d'avoir perdu les amis.
Their cries, swords in our heart, a severed limb. We watched helplessly for aeons, until you.
C'est sans doute la raison pour laquelle l'empereur m'a envoyé.
We are the lamp, the bonfire, forces to be controlled. The wound numbs now. We watch as the river of time expands. In the silence of our prison we find clarity. How many voices lost? How many saplings have we cut down? We sink into the endless night. Perhaps we should be here.
C'est pas vrai, vous êtes ici parce que les autres dieux ont peur de vous.
We are the rain, the swaying grass. What do they have to fear?
Wadika ne tolérez pas un dieu qu'elle ne peut pas mettre au pas.
We speak, though we are bound. Perhaps our soul was always free. Soil stirs. We have a new memory of this place. You opened the final lock, entered the hidden glade. You listened. You stand at a cliff now. We watch your footsteps carefully. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Ok. Capsule divin, souvenir de Sauvetage. Votre santé se régénère en permanence lorsque elle est inférieure à 50%. Ah bah ça c'est bien. Oh putain encore. merde. Allez, on doit monter cette fois.
Nice shot!
Patience, dearie!
Think. The giant roots. Yes, at sea. Chasms across the island. That's Sauvetage doing?
J'espère qu'on est bientôt arrivé. Si je me cours en plus, ça va pas aller.
I'll never understand creating love together.
I'm starting to think these people killed themselves off. Let's take a break before we continue. There's always a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. I'm feeling that now. Seems like a good time to gather our thoughts and share a drink before whatever's coming.
Right. This seems like a perfect place to stop and relax.
Though it's hard enough to tell what's real here without a belly full of drink.
Sounds like you're nervous, dearie.
I'm feeling all kinds of ways. Anxious, excited, scared, hungry.
I feel it as well. It is only mortal to feel overwhelmed in the presence of the immortal.
Nous devrons nous mettre en route.
Let's take this in for just a moment. Against all odds, we've survived the living lands, crossed an acid sea, and reached the prison of a god. When we first met, I didn't think you'd last long. But then I saw how you handled that dream thrall there, shook off your own death like a bad cold. And then you hunted your own killer and put him down. It takes a hard head or a thick skull to face something that almost ended you once.
I didn't know much about you at that point. You were traveling with Kai and you died, which I thought made a lot of sense.
I remember your calm, how you listened to my shouting match with the governor and actually heard me. And when they burned my home, you gave me another one, a sanctuary where I could be myself. I'll never forget that.
You were my hero right away. You rescued me from those spoilers. You got my priceless face. What more could a girl ask for?
And now look at you. Look at us. How far we've come in a short time.
5 énergumènes qui partent affronter un dieu. Qu'est-ce qui pourrait mal tourner?
Quite a lot, as it turns out. But the journey is worth it.
Not to raise the sails before the anchor, but we left trouble in our wake. Fjord, Thirdborn, Solace. If we make it out of here, it won't be to a living lands suddenly at peace.
Just this once. Could we forget about the rest of the living lands? Some of us could use a break.
If we can't take a moment to ourselves on a floating island outside reality, then I don't know where we can.
Reposons-nous, nous en avons besoin.
Right. We could all use some beauty rest. We'll want to look our best on the battlefield, won't we?
Before we turn in for the night, I'd like a word in private. Nothing serious, just planning out the rest of my life.
Sleep well. Tomorrow we finish this together.
Bon, on va arrêter la vidéo là pour aujourd'hui. En tout cas, j'espère qu'elle vous a plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas à liker et à vous abonner si ce n'est pas déjà fait. Portez-vous bien, à la prochaine. Ciao.